Hey you guys, welcome to my very first Mask Me Anything. This is a new series on my channel, which I kind of came up with because I love face masks for one. I probably do a face mask at least 3 or 4 times a week. I love face masks. I love trying them. I love all different types of face masks. Some of them I like because I really see amazing results from them, and some of them I just like to do for fun. And the other reason I kind of thought this would be a fun series is because I love doing chatty videos, and I wanted this to be a very open forum. Literally you can ask me anything that you want. It can be makeup related, it can be non-makeup related, it can be about my life, it can be about your life. I want this to be a place where like you and we're friends. I am definitely not like a shrink or like a counselor or like a doctor or whatever, but if you just need a friend, I can certainly be a friend to you. And if you just need some advice about whatever it might be, I'm happy to just give my 2 cents. Or if you want to know about makeup products, I'm happy to talk makeup. I'm happy to talk about my life if you're interested in that at all. So I really wanted this series to be a monthly thing they do every single month, and you guys kind of get to design it. I've asked you guys on Instagram what mask you want to see, and a lot of you said that you want to see Glam Glow, so that's what we're going to be doing today. And then you guys control the questions. You can literally ask me anything. So you can start topics about anything you like, whether you want them to be silly or you want them to be more serious, like if you want advice or you just want to know my opinion on certain things, or if you want to talk about what's going on in the world or recent events or whatever it might be. This is the place where we can chat about it. So I'm very excited about this series. I think it's going to be lots of fun for not just me, but you guys as well. I really hope that you enjoy it, and hopefully we can start some cool conversations in the comments as well. Just get us all talking and getting to know each other and being friends. So as you can probably tell, I'm very excited. So I think I'm just going to jump on in. I asked you guys on Instagram polls which face mask you wanted to see, and all of you said Glam Glow. So today I'm going to be trying out the Glam Glow Gravity Mud. This is one of my favorite masks to use. It smells amazing. It smells like pineapple. So yummy. So this face mask is Glam Glow's Gravity Mud. It's a firming treatment mask. So it's supposed to like firm up your skin, I suppose. It does take a pretty long time to dry, so that is perfect for today's video because I'm probably going to be chatting for quite a while. So this one actually comes with its own little brush. So this is a little Glam Glow face mask brush, which I'm going to be applying this with, and then we will jump into the questions. So this face mask is actually one of those face masks where instead of washing it off, you peel it off, which I find so satisfying. But the other thing about that is you kind of have to do it pretty thick. So if you guys think that I'm being really generous with this, that is because I am. I'm trying to get it like fairly thick so that when I go to take it off, it's not going to be an absolute nightmare. Okay, so I guess let's just start diving into the questions, because there are quite a few that you guys sent through, and I want to make sure that I don't miss too many of them. But there is always next month. I certainly don't want to miss any, but I will be doing another video next month. So if I do miss your question, it's not because I, purposely wanted to leave it out. It's just because either this video goes for way too long, or maybe I'll include it in next month's Mask Me Anything. Okay, so a lot of people were asking what my job is outside of YouTube. So if you guys didn't watch my Vlogmas, then you probably don't really know, but I do have a job outside of YouTube. YouTube doesn't make me enough money to live off, so I do have a normal 9-to-5 job, just like many of you probably have. So I actually work as a property manager. Some of you who are renting probably have a property manager. You probably dislike them very much, but I promise you we're not bad people. We're really lovely people, or at least I am anyway. I'm not trying to make your life difficult. In fact, I'm trying to make it better, and I think that it's quite an interesting job because I know that we kind of get a bad name because, you're living in your home, and I appreciate that it's your home, you just don't own it. So when you're asking for all these things, we're kind of just the middleman. It's not our money we're playing with at the end of the day. So basically my job is to be the middleman, and any requests that you have during your rental, will come to me and I will organize those, or I will have to say to you, I'm sorry, like the owner doesn't have any money for that, or it's not for their plan. Like sometimes rentals are sometimes an investment, sometimes it's because the owner had to go overseas for work for a few years, but they're planning to live in it again. So you just never know what someone's situation is. I end up getting a lot of the naggy questions from my tenants asking for all these different things, and I appreciate it. Like, it's your home, you know, at the end of the day, and you want it to be nice and all that sort of thing. And when things break down, it is a shame, but I'm on your team. I want to get them fixed for you. But for some reason, some people are just really rude. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of nice people that I deal with, and you know, that's not everyone. I do have some nice people, but it's just a shame to me that I come across people that are nice and I'm surprised, and I'm not so surprised when someone is rude. And I think that's kind of a shame this day and age, that I'm more surprised at someone being really lovely and understanding, and I'm just used to people being rude and nasty. And it's really weird. Like, I actually noticed on Facebook that they've actually started advertisements for reminding people to be nice to customer service people. Like, it's gotten that far. I love the advertising because sometimes I do think people need a little reminder that we're human too, and we're just doing our job and we're just following protocol. But it's certainly a little bit sad that people need to be reminded to be nice. But hey, that's just the way that that goes. So basically my day-to-day is getting phone calls and answering emails and going to properties and making sure everything is going smoothly, everything's working. Any repairs that need doing, I'll organize those. Any complaints from people sometimes come to me, like if things aren't getting done or whatever. That's kind of what I do. Those of you that watch my Vlogmas would know that I have so many stories, like crazy people that I've had to deal with. Like, literally you would not even believe some of the stuff. It's insane. Like, I don't know, people are brought up differently, I understand that, but like, I would love to know. It's more fascination than anything. That's the thing, is like, I'm not angry at these people. I'm not even like, I'm not fazed that they're rude to me. Some days, you know, I get upset about it, but mostly I'm just fascinated at the thought process that goes through people's minds. It's just fascinating. All right, more questions. Okay, so someone asked me what my favorite thing about being an influencer is. And I have to say that my absolute favorite thing about being an influencer is the people. And I mean that by how much I love you guys and chatting to you guys and how nice you are and how supportive you are. And I don't know whether that just comes from me having a day job where I'm, you know, having people being not very nice to me during the day, and then just really loving coming home and reading messages from you guys. Not even necessarily like compliments. Like, when people comment on my photos, I'm not one of those people that gets a kick out of like, oh my god, you're so pretty, I love your eye makeup. Like, even just someone saying like, oh, I really enjoyed this video, like, I, you know, enjoyed seeing you with your family, or whatever it might be. I really like that part of it, the getting to know you guys, understanding how your day was, like the people I chat to in DMs or like whatever it might be. I really enjoy that, and it's just like having you guys as my friends. And speaking of friends, that is my other favorite thing about being an influencer, is all the people that I have met, whether they are other influencers or whether they are people that work for different brands, are so nice. And like, I'm very lucky that I haven't had really any bad experiences when it comes to the social world of all of this. I mean, last year I did have one drama that I won't go into, but apart from that, I've just kind of thought how lucky I am to meet such lovely people. And you know, you see on Twitter the whole like US drama of it all. If anything, I've just sort of loved the people that I've met along the way, including you guys, and like what I've learnt from the people that I've met. And yeah, like it's very lovely, and it's so fascinating, the people that you meet, how similar they are to you. A lot of the YouTubers that I've met through doing this, we all have similar stories. I'm not going to say we all have the same background or anything, but we have a lot in common, and I think that's kind of what brought us to do this. And it's really lovely. I really love it. That's my absolute favorite thing, is the people, especially you guys and chatting to you. I absolutely freaking love it. Someone asked me, what's your least favorite beauty thing to do? E.g. like shave your legs or scrub off your old tan, things like that. This is such a good one because I would have to say I highly dislike doing my hair. I have a lot of hair. It's very thick. It's very long. I hate doing it. I just hate it. It takes so long. I hate washing it, and then I have to dry it, and then I have to either like straighten it or curl it or style it in whatever way, and it literally takes me so long. I just hate it, and it's not, I don't know, it's just one of those things I hate. Funny though, another thing that I cannot stand, but I love it once it's done, is having fresh nails. I don't know what it is. I hate sitting in that chair. I hate the whole experience of it. I don't like it. It's very like, the thing, it's weird, but like I just don't like it. I can't use my hands. I don't know. Maybe I need to change where I get my nails done, but they just do it so well. It's just not fun. It's just boring. Maybe I need to go with a girlfriend or something, or my mum. Or I tried to convince Harry to come with me once. Didn't go down so well. Speaking of Harry, someone asked, where did Harry and I meet? So Harry and I met when I was about 17 and Harry was 18. So I'm now 24. So we've been together for 6 years. We kind of met, I want to say, kind of through mutual friends. Harry was at a boarding school in Sydney that was like an all-boys school, and I was at an all-girls school. And his group of friends was my guy group of friends throughout high school. But he was a boarder, so for whatever reason, every time I would hang out with his friends on the weekend, he wasn't there, even though they were his best friends and he was like living with them at school in boarding. I don't know why, but he was just not there on the weekends. I think it's because his family was living out of Sydney, so I think he would go and visit them during the weekends or something. For whatever reason, he wasn't there. So even though we had all these mutual friends, we never actually crossed paths. Like, we never met. We had been to a few of the same parties, like over the years when we were getting to know each other. When we first were like dating, we figured out that we were like at the same mutual friend's birthday party or whatever, but we just never met for some reason. And then one day we did meet, and if you ask Harry, he'll say that we met over Instagram, and I guess we kind of did, but we kind of didn't. Like, we had mutual friends and that's how we came to know each other, but he started following me on Instagram and he was liking all my photos and he was always commenting on them, so I knew who he was, but we just never met. So then after we were like talking for a little while, we decided that we would meet, and then the rest is history. 6 years later, still stuck with him. I'm just kidding. Love you, Hazza. Oh, okay, so what's my next dream holiday? So as you guys probably know, I just recently went to the States with my boyfriend Harry and Hannah and her boyfriend Brett. And this year I actually kind of have already planned like one of my dream holidays. I have a few destinations that are like bucket list I want to go. But this year I'm actually going to be traveling to Africa with my mum, which is kind of like a dream that she's always had, to take me to Africa, because she took my older sister to Africa. And it was such like a lovely bonding experience, and my mum and I are so close. Like, I literally say like my mum is my best friend because I tell her everything. We're very, very close, and I feel like I'm very lucky in that sense, and she feels very lucky. Like, I'm sure that's what all mothers want, their daughter to be like, my mum's my best friend, but she literally is. So we're gonna go to Africa together. My mum has already been to Africa many, many times. I'm a little bit nervous to go, I'm not gonna lie. It's just very different. I've traveled a lot. I've been very blessed to travel to many different countries. And I don't know, there's just something about Africa that I'm just a little bit nervous about. I couldn't even tell you what it is. Like, I live in Australia. I'm not worried about the dangerous animals. I don't know, to me it feels really far away, and like I know I'll be with my mum, but I'm just a bit nervous about it. So if any of you have been to Africa, can you please tell me how it went, because I'm a little bit nervous. But I'm also so excited because I know it's been a dream of my mum's. I've always wanted to go to Africa. Like, I love Africa, like from what I know about it and what she's told me about it, and all the animals are so beautiful, and I would just love to experience it. I'm just a little bit nervous about it, but hey, I'm looking forward to it. So that will be my next holiday adventure. Would you rather spend the day with lipstick on your teeth or wonky false lashes? Oh, this is so hard. I'd have to say lipstick on my teeth though, because you know when someone's got lipstick or anything in their teeth, it's just like you can feel people just staring at it, you know when like you have someone's gaze and you can just see them looking at something and you're like, for God's sake, what are you looking at? And you just feel really self-conscious. I feel like that is the worst. So I'd probably rather have the wonky false eyelashes than lipstick on my teeth. So someone asked me, which clearing masks do you find most effective in terms of reducing pimples and pores? I love this question because I have recently discovered an amazing face mask for this. I have had the worst skin of my life for the past year and I'm finally getting it under control, and I literally feel like this mask has made so much of a difference in terms of like reducing inflammation and redness and just like clearing any scarring. It's amazing. So I have been using the Esme Skin Minerals. This is their anti-inflammatory gel. It's like a mint gel mask. It's a booster mask infused with 24 karat gold. I will leave a link below to this if you guys are interested, because I honestly, like, hands down, I'm obsessed. Like, this mask is so good. I actually don't use it the way it's meant to be used. What I do is I just put it on like my problem areas and then I go to sleep and then I wash it off in the morning, and like I notice in the morning all my redness is gone. The inflammation in any breakouts that I have is like pretty much gone. It's been really good with scarring. It's amazing. I just love this. I feel like I'm going to buy this over and over again. I've gotten Harry into it as well. He's been using it and honestly I cannot say enough good things about it. It's so good, and look how cool it looks as well. It's like jelly. How are we going with this face mask? Oh, it's nearly dry. Nearly. I reckon we've got a few more questions. My brother was like, who's your favorite brother? Cheeky. Okay, so someone actually asked me, how do I edit my photos? So I edit my photos through many different apps. I use Facetune, obviously. That one is great for brightening up my background. So you guys will probably notice in my photos versus my videos that sometimes my wall is a lot like brighter white than it is in my videos. Now it's sort of more like a grey colour. In real life it's white, but it's just because of the lighting, it's not very vibrant. But in my photos I want it to be super white. So they have like a brightening and whitening tool that I like to use for that sort of thing. I also like to go over any detailed bits, especially if I'm wearing glitter. I like to go over the detailed tool for that, because sometimes I find when you're like brightening a photo you lose a lot of the sharpness of the photo, so I like to use the detail tool for that. I also use Lightroom and Enlight. That is mainly just to make sure that my feed like flows well, because I don't have a theme by any means. I just post whatever, but I like it to flow. So depending on what other photos I have up, so for example, is this going to show you? So for example, there's like a lot of pink here. So for my next photo, I might use like Enlight to bring up the pinks in the photo. So they have this tool in Enlight where you can change like the saturation of a color within a photo. So if I was to take a photo right now and I really wanted the pink to be really bright, vibrant, I could bring up the pink and that would be really intense, and then say I wanted like all the green, like say this plant, I wanted the green to be down, I could drag the green saturation down, and then all the green in the photo would be like nearly black and white. So you can kind of drag it to how you want. I love those apps. That's pretty much it. And then I don't use any of the editing things on Instagram. I don't use any of the filters or anything there. I do it all out of Instagram, and then I just upload the finished project straight to Instagram. So someone's asked for more stories. So if you guys watched my Vlogmas, you would have heard me talk about a few things that happen within my job. You would be amazed at what people are willing to tell you, or like just walking into someone's home, you discover a lot about them, strange things happen, and because I am the property manager, a lot of it does get reported to me. So I definitely have like a lot of crazy things happen, and there's some interesting stories. If you guys watch my Vlogmas, you'll have heard some of them. I had someone literally shit in a lift, and there was CCTV footage of her shitting in the lift. She was very embarrassed. Not sure why she pooed in the lift, but we thought it was a dog. Obviously we had to check the CCTV footage to find out who was bringing dogs into the building and who didn't clean up after the dog, especially in a lift, because, you know, like, it's gonna stink out every single floor it goes to. And it turns out it was a woman that lived there, and she was very embarrassed. I mean, you can't write this stuff, honestly. If I pooed in a lift within the building that I lived in, I would be cleaning that up so quick. It doesn't matter if I was like super sick or whatever, I would be on it. I would not be leaving that there for anyone to find, that is for sure. Anyway, you guys are asking for more stories, so I definitely want to tell you guys more stories. I have to be a little bit careful of people's like privacy, obviously. I can certainly tell you guys these stories, it's fine. I just want to be a bit careful that I don't offend or out anyone. So I would never mention any names or any addresses or anything like that, but there are certainly some very funny stories. So I'll have to get some together, and I'll see how I can work some stories into more of my videos. Some of the more chatty ones I would definitely be sharing with you guys. So yes, I will definitely be sharing some more stories very soon. Okay, so someone's asked me what brand would I love to collaborate with on a product. So it's funny that they should ask that, because I have actually thought about this a lot, and Hannah and I were actually talking about this one time, because, you know, there are certainly a lot of things that I really enjoy, but I just feel like the collaborations with certain things are getting a little bit saturated, and there have been a lot of collaborations with stuff that I almost feel like it's a collaboration just for the sake of it. It's not really like, they're not bringing anything new to the table. It's just like the same product from that brand that would normally be there with the face of an influencer. So if I could come out with my own product with a company, I'm not even sure it would be makeup related, and I know that sounds really weird, but like I would maybe want to do something with like vanity collections for like makeup organization, and come up with like some kind of cool, I don't know, organizer that everyone could use. Yeah, I definitely think something like organization related, or like makeup accessories, not necessarily like brushes or anything like that, but yeah, I feel like makeup's just a little bit like overdone at the moment. Okay, so someone's asked me why did I start, so I assume why did I start YouTube and all that sort of stuff. So funny story, I always loved watching YouTube. I was very much more of a YouTube watcher than I was like TV or anything like that, and a lot of the channels that I watched were beauty related. I would always watch people like ShanXO, Lauren Curtis, Jaclyn Hill, Desi Perkins, like all those like OG YouTubers. Of course I also watched other YouTubers that weren't makeup related, but they were kind of what got me interested in YouTube. I started doing lots of experimental makeup, like I was really trying to get good at it, and I had a big passion for it. As I was getting better and trying new things, a lot of my friends and family were asking me how I did it, because they weren't really in the whole world of makeup, but they saw what I was doing, and to them it was very new because they didn't watch the online stuff. So I wasn't doing anything innovative or at all, like I was just copying what I saw them doing. But because my family and friends weren't in that world, they thought it was like amazing. So they were like, how are you doing this? How do you do it? And I was like, look, I'm not going to like sit down and show you guys how I do it one by one. I have a very big family. So I was like, why don't I just like film a tutorial and I'll send it to you. And so I tried to email it to them and it didn't work. Oh, it was like a big file, and I was young at the time, so I just gave up. I was like frustrated with it. I didn't want to do it. But then I uploaded a tutorial to YouTube. It was terrible. I remember it now. I don't even think it's still up, but I had background music playing. I didn't even talk. It was literally just me like sitting there doing my makeup, and it was super awkward. It was really badly edited. It was terrible. But I uploaded it and they all watched it, and so did some other people because I had it on public. And then people started asking me to do more looks, and like they were requesting videos, and then from there it just like grew and grew and grew, and then now I'm here. A lot of people have dreams and passions and aspirations for things, and I know that the people that come to me and say like, you know, I really want to do this, this, this and this, like I'll do it next year or I'll do it tomorrow, whatever. I'm like, the best thing you can possibly do is just start. Like, just start. It doesn't matter if the first thing you do is terrible or you don't even know what you're doing. Saying you want to get into an industry that you know nothing about but you are passionate about it, just start. Just take the very first step to do it, and then the rest will come. It will just naturally progress. Because my biggest regret is not starting sooner. Even though I never thought that I would end up doing this, I always watched YouTube and I always thought it was such an amazing thing. I wish I had just done it sooner. That's all I can say. And you know, time is the one thing that we don't know how much of it we have, so there's no point putting it off. There's no point saying, oh, I really want to do this thing, but like I'll do it next year or I'll do it when I'm ready. You might not ever be ready. I'm not even ready. I don't even know if I'm ready for this. I just start. That's all I can say, is just give it a go. You never know what will happen, and the worst that can happen is you decide you don't want to do it anymore, and then you just don't do it. It's fine. That's my advice. Just start. That's all you can do. Alrighty guys, this mask is feeling done. She is finished. So let's pull her off. The hardest part about getting this off is like finding a good edge to grab and just like going from there. Alrighty. This is like the most satisfying thing. Yes! Can I get this all in one piece? Yes. I left a little bit behind, but this is because it's still wet. I don't know why that bit didn't dry. Oh my god. That is disgusting. It smells really nice though. Alrighty. I've just got like bits left. You know what? My skin doesn't feel like any smoother or anything, but I know what it means by tight. Like my pores and stuff are certainly like not shrinked, like they're not smaller, but they just feel tight. Alrighty you guys, so that is pretty much everything for the very first Mask Me Anything. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed reading your questions, and I'm so excited to see what this year will bring in terms of this new series on my channel and the conversations that you and I get to have together. Like I said earlier, the questions certainly don't have to be about me. They can be about you or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm happy to just sit down and chat to you guys about anything that you want to talk about. And we can certainly continue this conversation in the comments. And please give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video, just so that I know you guys are liking this type of thing, and then we can keep them coming. But this year I certainly want to do a Mask Me Anything once a month. And like I said on Instagram, I also want to bring in some guests to do some questions with me, so we can have, you know, discussions about whatever it might be, whatever you guys want to chat about together. So I'm thinking of like Harry joining me for one. I definitely want to get Hannah. You guys are saying that we need to film together, so I definitely want to get Hannah in for a Mask Me Anything, and I know she's pretty keen for it. So yeah, and if you guys want to see any other special guests, let me know and I'll see what I can do to make that happen. But yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoy this series. I'm certainly very excited for it, and I hope that you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you in my next video, if not sooner. Bye!